Hi, this is our project. We did an example of both longship and weapons. We wrote inquiry questions and the answers are information.
And the important information about the longship is that it's 75 feet and 16 feet beam, and it's take like 75 to 80 people working.
Excellent.
The longship travels countries because back in the day they didn't have airplanes.
Thank you, boys. Yeah, sorry, yes.
And they go to countries to raid or fight and they use the access to fight, and they use shield to defend themselves.
Thank you, boys. Well done. Hey, tell us what's happening over in your one there.
Hello, this is our project. And first, we will tell you how did the Vikings' houses look like. They look like this.
They used to do it with straws and sticks, and they put
And wood.
They put sticks on top, and then the hay for the roof, and the wood they put it in front for the walls, and the door they made it out of sticks.
Because back then they didn't have cement or bricks. Oh yeah, Viking lockships are the fastest known boats Vikings have used. And this is a picture of how helmets normally look like. If you exclude the helmet, the horns, and the thing on their nose.
So is that a real Viking helmet? or not?
No, that's not a real Viking helmet. That's modern Viking helmet.
Ah, thank you, boys. Excellent. I will bring it around this way. Girls, tell us about your amazing work. Well, I know one person's away, but you see.
So the boat was made for speed and maneuvering. It was a little bit more shrunk so that they can go on land and do some sneak attack. There would usually be snakes or some mythical creatures at the front to scare away other enemies.
The Vikings raised their families by teaching them the basics of weaving, spinning, cooking, and farming. And the Viking boys were allowed to fight each other. Imagine that happening now.
I've seen it in class.
Oi.
Here are even some of their some swords. Normally, the lower rank Vikings wouldn't have these because they were a lot more expensive. So instead, they would use axes. And here are some of their shields. Each color would usually represent a different quality. For example, red and blue would mean courage and strength.
Clearly, Vikings were an important part of history because they showed us the axes and complex ship designs and brought some of the greatest kings of England, such as King Alfred the Great, William the Conqueror, and Canute. I hope you liked our presentation, and Chime Chime, goodbye.
Thank you very much. And do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've got over here?
I made a sword and a shield, and from the foam, I drew a circle, and then I decided to come up with a design, which is the skeleton head, because each Viking has a very different design. So I made a skeleton, and then I decided to add a little bit of designs.
Good choice. Excellent. Thank you very much. Amna, what have you created? Tell us a little bit about.
I made a long ship by using cardboard. And I cut into my cardboard to make some waves and added some creatures like fishes.
You've done well, yep. And can you tell us something about the Viking ship? What are they called? Short boats or something?
No, they're called long ships.
Why?
I don't know,
How long are they?
23 to 13 meters.
23 metres to 30 metres. That's pretty long. Our class is 8 metres long. So if it's 8 metres long, how many classes joined together would we need to make
3.
3. It's a pretty good size. Long, was it long? Long jump? Long jump. Thank you very much. What do we got? What do we got here, boys? Thank you, Amna.
We all three of us are gonna like say something we find interesting about what we found out.
So, the first thing what I find interesting is that Vikings weren't the stereotypical barbaric traders that they were depicted as, but they were also farmers and traders that believed in equality and also held trials and gave a chance to everyone.
What does equality mean?
Equality means like when let's say me, Osmaan and Ilyes are here, we have a piece of chocolate. Each person gets 1/3. Unequality is when, like, let's say Osmaan gets the whole piece and we get nothing.
You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you? Yeah, that sounds.
But we would.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And what I find interesting is, it was not just research. In Miss Anna's class, she taught us that the different colors on each shield meant something else. Some meant pride, some meant power, but we picked black and red because it's courage and fierce.
Good
The
choice.
thing I found is interesting that Vikings were also farmers and
Farmers.
traders.
Ah, so what did they farm? What would they?
They
Crops.
would farm crops.
What would be on the crops, for example? If I.
Like,
Wheat and carrots and potatoes.
And rarely they would like cook grilled meat. Any type of meat. Pork is like the easiest to find, and they would grill that and leave it for later. So when they're like rations, pretty much. And the most interesting thing for me is that before the Vikings were called Vikings, they were just normal humans that just were farmers, and like the amount of money or stuff they got wasn't cutting it for them, so they turned into raiding people, raiders, and now they're all described as barbaric
Oh my
people.
goodness! Thank you very much, boys. Well done.